Hello and welcome back to 7th Crown Tarot. We're going to be doing a reading today and obviously pick a card. So let us find out what it's going to be, what the theme is. So I don't know yet. Let's pick from the lucky jar. Okay, so angels, spirits, and guides, what is it that my collective here needs to find out today? What do they need to know? How will you become successful on your path? And bear with me, today I have very gross nails from being in the garden the other day. I was gardening, so it's gonna be some nasty nails today, but you know, that's alright, that's how it goes. So for pile number 1, what is the card, Spirit? What is the card for pile number 1? Okay, so I have one in the forefront, and there's one behind it. So pile number 2. What is the pile number 2? And pile number 3. Cool. Alright, so pile number 1. You got the centennial. Pile number 2. Yours is going to be the captain. And pile number 3. Your pile is the warrior. So whichever pile you feel drawn to most, choose that one and jump to the timestamp down below. Okay, pile number 1. If you chose the centennial, this is going to be your reading. So the question again was, how will you become successful on your path? Like, what is your path to becoming successful? We have ambition, diligence, setbacks, determination, certainty. So whatever this path is, you're going to be very certain that this is exactly what you want to do. So when you do realize what it is that you've got your eyes on, it's going to be very apparent for you, if it already isn't, because I do feel like for some people in this pile, they already know what it is that they want to do. They already know that they're on the right path. But if this isn't you, this is something that's coming towards you soon. And it's almost like you don't really need to do anything to receive this, because this is something that's already inherently yours, and you're getting to this point where you're ready to receive it, and so it's coming in for you from Spirit. So I'm just gonna keep this little prompt out so I can remember. How will you become successful? Pile number 1, how will you become successful? Any specifics? Bashfulness. The opossum and peony. Just hanging around. I feel like with safety too. It feels like whatever this is, if you haven't already found it, it is something that feels very easy for you to do. It doesn't take a lot of energy, and it just kind of feels like you're not even working. So, and in addition to this, it's something that is going to give you a very comfortable living. And this could be something also that you're doing from the safety of your own home. That's what I'm feeling like very much so here. This is something that's going to take a long time for you to create, but it's not going to be stressful trying to create it, because like you know that it's trickling in. Something like that. Bashfulness. I feel as though with bashfulness, it's going to take you a little while to grow into this role because it'll almost seem like too good to be true at first. Home. There's that. There you go. So this is going to be something that you do from home. This is definitely going to be not only something that you do from home, but also something that allows you to make your home life better. There's going to be a real sense of balance here when you do it. Anything else here, Spirit? I also see a lot of eyes. So this could be something that you're doing in front of a crowd of people, or maybe you're going to be like some sort of person that gives presentations. This could also be like an online platform. You'll be doing some sort of service. I get this feeling of like service with this card. Unlocking people's potential. And helping people to fight battles. So this is like, now we're going into a description of what it is that you'll be doing. So you'll be helping people fight their battles by realizing what it is that they need to let go of. With the lizard and pitcher plant, this makes me think of when a lizard is trying to leave a dangerous situation, they'll let go of their tail. So this feels like you being able to be some sort of example here for people in the future on how to become successful. So you could actually end up being one of those people that creates some sort of guidance plan. This could even be free, where but in a sense you're being paid. So it's some sort of structure here where you're still being paid for what you do to exist. People might even be donating to you because they're very grateful, and you make them feel safe. You give them that grounding, that sense of home, that sense of community. And so they want to give back to you because you give to them. So that it's this reciprocity that you'll be experiencing with a grouping of people. You'll find your people with this path that you're on. So I do feel like this has something to do with like a large group of people. But then also, I've been staring at this pitcher plants, this card with the pitcher plants, and it almost seems like people with their mouths open. So with this one, there's a lot of eyes. And with this one, there's a lot of mouths. So I feel like you'll have a very intimate like friend group here in the future that will somehow help you in achieving your goals. Maybe they'll have some sort of really valuable advice so that you can really do your best at this job that you'll be successful at. So could you tell me, Spirit, more about their path towards this? What will their path towards this look like? Because that's a good question for the people that actually haven't found that yet. 9 of Wands. I feel like my question wasn't specific enough. Something to do about a lack of specificity. So you'll be very open to possibilities, and this is actually what's going to allow for that to come in. So there's some sort of openness here that comes in, or that a door. It's almost like a door being opened for you. Like we were saying beforehand, it's almost like you won't really have to do anything for this to come in for you, but you'll have your arms wide open, allowing it to come in. And beforehand, you might be in a period of stagnation where you kind of feel like things aren't really going well. And when are things going to get better? And when you start to open your mind to this thought of, I can have safety, I can have, but the determination card paired with that, it's like, I can have safety, I can have this thing. Once you start to kind of brainwash yourself a little bit into really accepting the fact that that is something that you deserve, that is when it'll start coming in for you. When it'll start becoming apparent, when that door opens for you. Because I feel like here, because of the fact that we have the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles, it's like you've been hurt in the past and you've had a lot of struggle with finances, with stability. You've had a lot of people actually genuinely coming up against you and trying to block your path. And so now with this 9 of Wands, it's almost like you've taken that and turned it into a fear before you succeed. So if this is where you're at right now, just know that that passion that you feel towards protecting yourself, you could redirect that energy and make this door open for you. You could take that energy of, I'm afraid that people will hurt me, and instead go, why don't I be vulnerable? Why don't I show my strengths? Put emphasis on my strengths as opposed to my weaknesses. There's this thing about like people saying that you should always put focus on your strengths as opposed to talking about your weaknesses. And I feel like because you've had a lot of people talking about your weaknesses, maybe this has ingrained in you this feeling of lack. And this is something that shifts. And that's also kind of why you're feeling like, oh my goodness, like it's too good to be true. So how will you become successful? What does it look like when that door opens? Finally. And you accept it. When it just opens. Is there a sign? Shared workplace, business and interest, relationships with colleagues, supervisors, business partners. So you got the professional card, but it flipped upside down and emphasized the fact that there's going to be a lot of collaboration here. So you're going to be in a really collaborative environment. I get the sense that you really enjoy this kind of thing. You enjoy being around teams. You enjoy working with other people, seeing what their strengths are. And I'm not surprised that it says here that that is going to be a really key part about your destiny, your future success. That you're going to be using this to your advantage. The fact that you love talking to so many different people, that you love interacting with people and getting to know their story, genuinely helping them, because this is something that really attracts people to you, and this is going to be what makes you successful. Saturn, karma, life's lessons, the teacher, traditions, conventions, wisdom. So you're going to be sharing your wisdom, and Saturn is the planet of karma. So you know what I'm also feeling here? There is, and I don't remember the name of this, but there is a 7-year period of time where people experience like this heavy karmic energy in their life. And I feel as though this is going to be, you are going to fall into your purpose after this 7-year bout of heavy karmic sludge that you're experiencing in your life. I don't know if you're just coming out of it, or maybe you're still in it, but that is just validation here that at the very end of this, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to have this incredible purpose here where you can maybe share what you've been through. Maybe you can tell people exactly how to get through this and how to get knowledge from it, because a lot of people will stay stuck in this really defensive, scared energy where they think that everything is lost and that this is how it'll always be. When no, that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to learn from your experiences, take what you can get from that, and with also the polka dots here, not take it too seriously, you know? Like, yes, we all go through things, but you can't carry that with you for the rest of your life like a chip on your shoulder, acting out all the time. You have to work through that energy, and you have to integrate it. And I really feel like you're going to be showing people how to integrate it. You're going to show people how to just chill out after they've been probably deeply traumatized. And you're going to give them this sense of safety. 3 of Pentacles, yes. So people are going to be consulting you on your knowledge. They're going to be like coming to you with... You'll be a builder of sorts. So you'll be helping build other people's abilities. You're going to be really nurturing here. I feel a very balanced person in the future here, where they are very balanced with their masculine and feminine. But I do feel like an emphasis on using your masculine. Like, I feel like you'll be kind of more masculine forward, but with like a feminine undertone, where you're a leader, but you're like a soft leader. Like you care about the people that you're leading. You're not domineering. You're soft with your words, and you're non-judgmental, and you're just trying to help them through. And there's... Okay, so in all 3 of these animal cards, except for the eel, which arguably you can also say there's an emphasis on the tail, there is an emphasis on the tail. The opossum, the lizard, and the beaver. All 3 of these, there's an emphasis on the tail. And tail, I mean, you could spell that 2 different ways. You could say T-A-I-L, but then there's also T-A-L-E. So your destiny here has a lot to do with what you've been through, the things that you've learned, and how you got through them, how you stayed determined and clear about what it is that you wanted, and so that helped you get to where you were. It's like this unshakable faith that you kept, and I feel like you'll be really working as like this anchor for other people. How to be very clear with your boundaries. And let's see if there's anything else here. Metamorphosis, the frog and lotus. Cool, okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like you've gone through some sort of transformation here. And you've gone from being a big fish in a small pond. Is that what it is? Is that what the expression is? It's almost like you went from a small place to now you're in a big place. So maybe this is actually talking about something that is monumental in your journey to getting to your destiny, where you come from like maybe a small town or a small city, a small location, and then you're quite literally moving to like a big city, big big location where there's great possibilities. Got 2 more cards here that fell on the ground. Devotion, the sheep and blackberry, and the hare and oak, new opportunities. I'm not really sure. Let's see. The sheep and blackberry. What am I getting from this? So with the sheep, I'm definitely getting something about you having like a flock. Like, you know how there's like a caring shepherd and they really try to guide their flock. So I feel like you'll have a lot of people that will be following your lead and you'll be helping them. Because with sheep, you have to shear them every certain amount of time or else their wool gets crazy long and it can actually end up hurting them. It can end up restricting their movement. And so there's this sense of renewal here that you'll be giving to people. It's almost like you're going to be giving people the permission to constantly renew themselves with this metamorphosis card right next to it. And the new opportunities. Interesting. And with the oak, it feels like you'll really be like helping people grow and giving people access to some part of themselves that maybe they're having a hard time accessing while they're going through difficult times. So I feel like you'll be meeting a lot of people when they're at their worst or at a time where they're almost like calling out to the universe for help. So this is how you'll become successful. You'll become successful because you'll meet people when they really need your help and you'll genuinely be able to help them out of a very dark time. And that is so priceless. That really embeds itself into people's souls. Like, I still remember the people that helped me out of dark times. And they were internet people. Like, when I was going through dark times, and I was very isolated, because I had moved somewhere very far from where I initially was from, which is why I relate to this. It's like, sometimes people on the internet, they really help us and like they'll never know. And so this is part of the reason I do this, because and it's part of the reason why I also think that it's very valuable to be sharing our experiences online, because it's like, even if you help one person, it's completely worth it. It's worth it to really put yourself out there and help people with what you know. Because you never know how much you could be changing people's lives, even just through something as simple as like a tarot reading. Or maybe you just want to make like little videos where you're just talking. You make people feel less alone. And I feel like you'll be making people feel less alone. They won't feel so weird about the fact that they're much different from their surroundings, or they want something better for themselves and they just don't know how to get there. And I really do feel like you will be this instant access for people to be able to find that for themselves. So thank you for everything that you do, and I'm absolutely positive that you will find this soon if you aren't already finding it. So that was the reading for pile number 1. Thank you for being here. I also have my private readings open right now, and it was my birthday recently, so happy birthday to me. And thank you if you say happy birthday in the comments. I would love that. That'd be cute. And in any case, happy birthday to any of my Aries out there, if it was your birthday as well. And I will see you again soon. Bye! Pile number 2, if you chose the captain, this is going to be your reading. So, the captain, you're going to have a really important role here, aren't you? This must be very intimidating. I feel like this might not necessarily be something that you are ready for right now, or maybe you think you're not ready for it. This feels like some sort of role that you'll be successful in because you've worked up to it. You've really expanded yourself. You've stretched your mind to the possibility of the fact that you could become like a leader to people. Taking command. Taking command. Teamwork. Ooh, you know what I'm feeling here? With these 2 lanterns side by side, these are equals. So you'll be connecting with other people that have gotten to the same point in their life. They're also like the captain. So they're taking control of their lives, and you're inspiring each other. So the way that you'll become successful is actually communicating with other people that are on the same wavelength as you and have succeeded just as much as you have. In some way or another, you'll create some sort of team helping each other out. You might be endorsing each other's products or just supporting each other, being good business people towards each other. You know, like if one person needs something and the other person has that resource or network or something like that. I'm getting like very like businessy stuff with this one, with the handshake as well. It's like this feeling of 2 business people coming together and sorry. Wait a minute. I feel like I had to sneeze. Interesting. And when you sneeze, someone says bless you. So it's like you'll be a blessing for each other in each other's lives. So there's some sort of important partnership here that happens. That then trickles into you creating more important partnerships in each other's lives. It's like, or you'll be connecting your important partnerships with their important partnerships, and it creates this alignment here. Interesting. This equal growth. You guys are really going to be coming together and creating an equal growth here. Very strategic with the 7 of Swords. You'll become successful because you're both very smart. Very smart people. Very heady. One of you could have a lot more of air placements where you're very thoughtful, and that's kind of where you make your decisions out of. And the other one, and I'm feeling like this is you, but it could be them. The other one of you is very intuitive, makes the right decisions, just has like a very good eye for potential. Empress. The Star. This coming together is going to result in a lot of opportunities for both of you. Because we have incredible cards here. We have major arcana cards with 1 minor arcana. And the minor arcana is just talking about strategy. So strategy and abundance. Strategically being able to create that abundance for yourself. So you'll become successful because you'll be able to fill each other's cups over so much. You two both have such like wealth mentality here. Or maybe there's something here around the planet of Jupiter, which is associated with Sagittarius. So you could have Sagittarius in your chart. Yeah, I'm seeing a fire sign here, Queen of Wands. But I think the Queen of Wands is Aries, if I'm not mistaken. Page of Wands, the Moon. Let me just get one more card. How will you become successful? Pile number 2. You will become successful. What's coming after the moon? What's coming after the moon? Okay. And you'll become successful by keeping to yourself about your projects that you're working on. Wow. So many major arcana here. Sorry, just give me a moment. I'm trying to see what's going on here. So pile number 2, I feel like you will be getting very successful once you become clear, which, I mean, that's pretty obvious, but you'll become clear on what it is that you want with the help of this other person. So it's almost going to do like a little domino effect in your life, where in the past, maybe you've had a really hard time walking away from things, deciding that something might not be the best for you. But with this person coming into your life, I really feel like this is, for some reason, like a significant other. A significant other, or this person could be a very intimate friend, someone that's very close to you, because this feels beyond business partnership. But it does feel kind of power couple-y, if you know what I mean. Like, so you could be a power couple, but in any case, it feels like this person is really not afraid to tell you what they think about the people around you. Point out the people that don't mean you right, that are hurting you. And I feel like this turns into somewhat of a danger for the people that are trying to hurt you, right? Because they're trying to stay in your life, and meanwhile this person is blowing their entire cover. So I feel like you will become successful because of the fact that this person is always going to have your back. They're always going to have your back, and they're always going to want you to be yourself. And they'll really help you step into who it is that you are, what it is that you love. Make decisions that make you happy. Because all this person wants for you is for you to be happy. This definitely feels like love. This person has a lot of love for you, and I really do feel like this is intimate love. Like, and now I'm definitely feeling like this person is like in love with you. This feels like a really good spread here. This is a very solid connection. One that's meant to guide you in your life and is key to you becoming successful. Because once you meet this person, that's actually when your success starts to expand fully. That's when you start to reach your fullest potential. Every year becomes better than the next and the next and the next because this person is in your life. And they don't even really need to do anything because they just are with this Page of Wands. It's like they don't really need to do much in order to have a huge impact in your life. And I feel like they're also, with the High Priestess, the Star, the Queen of Wands, and the Empress, it feels like they allow you to take center stage. They allow you to be the star of the show. And that's how they see you. They see you as this beautiful person that has been kind of squished down or held back by the people around you that were ill-meaning or tried to take from you in some way. Let's see, maybe I'll grab from this one. Okay. Some people tried to own you. Okay, so you see these little lions on either side of her? When people place lions in front of their house, like these lion statues, it means that they own the house. They've paid it off in full. And I feel like some people in your past have really felt like they own you, and this person didn't like that. And so they inspired you to really see the truth in some sort of situations that were hurting you, and to not allow that to continue on because it was stealing from you. Stealing your resources, stealing your energy, your emotions. And with this inspiration card here, I'm also feeling like you really inspire this person. So you'll become successful. It's like self-made. It's very self-made here, what I'm feeling. So the success is, I feel success in your work. Yes. But I also feel like your idea of success is also so tethered to your relationships here that is like, that's what this is about. That's what this reading is about. It's like your success is the fact that you can have this person that will be like your ride or die. This isn't somebody that's going to go and become disloyal. This isn't somebody that's going to go cheat on you or talk behind your back. This is somebody who's going to be there for you no matter what. And when they don't agree with you, they'll tell you to your face. So with the salamander and black pepper, salamanders are transformational. And actually there's a salamander on the Page of Wands, and this person is going to transform you even more than you already do now. Or maybe this will be the biggest transformation of your life. Like this person, when they come into your life, they cause you to go through the biggest and most intense transformation that you have ever gone through in your entire life, into finally becoming this person that you wanted to be all along, that you couldn't be when you were attached to certain people. Anything else, Spirit? For pile number 2, how will they become successful? How will they become successful? I thought it was going to be much colder in here. So I brought my like fuzzy jacket, and I haven't really had to wear it, so that's nice. I love not having to wear it in here, but I'm really looking forward to having a nice green background again, because I miss that a lot. Like, this is okay, but I don't know, it's just like, it's not as cool as having, like, you know, greenery behind you. Okay, so that feels like it is it for that deck. So we have the Bat and 𝔹𝕠𝕚𝕚 and Intuition. I'm actually being called to read it. So 19. Bat and Intuition. Bats are the guardians of the night, representing dreams, visions, and the subconscious. They show us how to access our mystical side. 𝔹𝕠𝕚 is an unusual flower, blooming in the winter with downturned sepals. It resembles a cup being poured out, a symbol of emotional candor. Together, the bat and 𝔹𝕠𝕚 tell us to trust our intuition. Your instincts can be relied upon. Curl inward like the 𝔹𝕠𝕚, and as the blind bat trusts its hearing, trust in your intuition to guide you. Yeah, so this person is really going to help you tune into your gut. They're going to encourage you, like I said, to be yourself, and that's beautiful. This person really sees the beauty in who it is that you really are. And I feel like this is ultimate success for you. Because you've been repressed for so long, and you've been feeling like who you are isn't enough. But with this person, you feel whole. You feel whole because this person isn't trying to stop you. This person isn't trying to keep you small. They're not trying to make you stop expressing yourself. They want you to express yourself. So that is beautiful. I'm so happy. If you've found this person, I'm so happy for you. If this is something that's coming towards you and you haven't found this person yet, just know that this is coming for you. And the way that you'll know for sure that this is coming for you is that you've experienced a life up until now where people are constantly trying to change this, who it is that you are. There's something here about you being very weird to people, the people that are around you. Like, you're very different from the people around you. Like, you just can't relate to most of the people that are close to you, and you almost have to shrink yourself and not express certain things to them. It's like you can't have an equal conversation. And the people that are close to you currently, they want and want and want. And if you don't give them something, or you act in accordance with who you are, they freak out. They might even lash out at you. They say kind of passive-aggressive things to try to make you smaller. They could also have something against the things that you really like, with this superstition symbol here being the black cat. Maybe you have different beliefs than who it is that you're around. But that's what I got for you, pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed it. I definitely had a lot of fun reading for you today. And I also have private readings down below if you want to book one with me. It is my birthday. It was my birthday on the 18th. So happy birthday to me, and happy birthday to anyone else who's an Aries. I hope that you had a lot of fun. And I guess I'll see you again soon. Okay, have a good morning, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching this reading. Bye! Okay, pile number 3. You got the Warrior with perfectionism and burnout. Underneath, we got the King, control, reversal of fortune. Oh, cool! Okay, look, this one almost looks like a wheel, right? And the Wheel of Fortune, right? And I was thinking that this one looks like a wheel. So this is a transformation that you go through. You go from being the warrior to being the king in your life. So you become successful because you go through some sort of transformation here. I also feel a shift in mindset of like, with the warrior, perfectionism, and burnout. It makes me think of like someone who's working extremely hard to get even the smallest amount of abundance, whereas the king sits and receives taxes, right? And so it's this like flipping how you think about abundance, where you're almost like attracting abundance versus constantly having to fight tooth and nail. So you get yourself out of either a situation or a mindset where you're constantly having to struggle for money, paying things month to month. Maybe you're, you're in debt, but you're constantly like drowning in it. Whereas the king is like, he's above that. He has so much abundance here with the oak leaves, and I think those are oak leaves, pretty sure. Like, he's grown all of this abundance, and the king actually gives me King of Pentacle vibes with that one. I know it's a sword in the center, but it gives me King of Pentacle vibes. Okay. How will you become successful? Pile number 3. How will pile number 3 become successful? I feel like you're not going to be fighting against something here. Some sort of truth. And 7 of Wands. Look at that. Something here about fighting against people that are coming at you. Having some sort of like upper hand. And I feel like you realize at some point here that you have the upper hand. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Look. Holy, this is crazy. And what is this? Is this a king? King of Wands. This is pretty cool. Okay, so you got this is my table right now. This looks pretty cool, actually. Look at that. The king with the King of Wands underneath and the Wheel of Fortune with the warrior above it. That is so cool. Oh, I love when that happens. Okay, so you've earned something here. Absolutely feel that. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, it's a 10 card. And that means that you've learned something here. You fought to learn something. Could be people, could be yourself, some sort of mentality that you had before, like we were talking about. Also, I'm feeling like you'll become successful because you'll start putting in less effort, almost. Or you'll feel like you won't have to put in as much effort to get so much more result. With this one, it's almost like he's... I don't know why, but it feels like he's really like fighting against the current. Like he's constantly trying and trying and trying, and it doesn't really produce much. But then with the King of Wands, it's like he's just sitting there and he has a staff, and he almost has to fight off too much abundance. That's funny. He has to fight off too much abundance. He gets to choose what he wants to have come into to his life. Yes, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Being very discerning. So you'll become successful after... So I'm getting a description of when you actually are successful already. When you have the success, you'll be able to deny opportunities that make you worry about your abundance. Your path. This is a confusing one because I feel almost like this is something where there's like a huge gap in between where you were and where you will be. And it's almost like this happens overnight because there's not really an in-between. Is there an in-between that you could show me, Spirit? What's in between these two energies? What happens in between these two energies? Oh, okay, so what happens here is you actually deny something here. Someone comes towards you with some sort of false offer, and you shift the energy from being desperate into, well, I'm not going to take an opportunity that is not for me, or one that doesn't help me. And that's what shifts you into this King of Wands, this King energy, because you're no longer accepting all offers. You're only taking the ones that you want. So it's like you start acting in the way that you want things to come in for you, and that shifts you into that energy. The whole fake it till you make it thing. But in this case, it's like you're only accepting things that feel like they're going to come out victorious. Things that will feel like right. And if they don't feel right, then it's a no for you. It's either an F yes or an F no for you. This very decisive energy that you're going to be going through here with. Slicing through. Okay, so let's see. What else here, Spirit? This one feels very clear. This is a very clear energy here. So I do feel like the success is coming to you very soon, and it's going to be very easy. It's going to feel literally like something that happened overnight, and that's because of just the fact that the timing is right. There's a lot here to do with timing, with the wheel. Okay, so you got the Joker as an archetype. Sorry. And rebellion, as well as old man. So, this one is in the 11th house of Aquarius. Expanded consciousness, break the mold, revolution, free will. Yeah. You're going to be rebelling from this thought that you need to retire in order to enjoy your abundance. It's only been 9 minutes in this pile. Wow. You know what? This pile, it feels like so simple, so like cut and dry, that I'm just like, it almost feels like these 9 minutes have been expanded. Like they feel like they've been 20 minutes. So there's something here also about like expanded time. Uranus. Something here about speed too. I think also it was that feeling of speed, like things really changing, like flipping very quickly. This is happening soon if it hasn't already. Death. Death in what, Spirit? Could you please be more clear? What death in what? I'm smelling sunscreen right now. I don't know if that's some sort of symbol for somebody out there, but I'm smelling sunscreen and I'm imagining someone on a beach with like a parent. So this could be like a memory here of someone's. Here, let me try to see more. So I don't feel like there's, and I feel like it's just, I feel like it's like a parent, like, putting sunscreen on their kid's back. And I feel like you have, or someone here has, like, a sibling. And you're, like, really small. Like, the kid is really small. Like, you're really small, they're really small. But I don't see any other parent here. Or any other adult. It's just these two kids and a mom. Yeah, I'm not really getting anything else. So 9 of Pentacles, death. I don't know what that was about. Maybe it's a memory for someone. Or maybe there's something there about memories. Because also we have death, and the kid is the only one that's not afraid of death here on the death card. Everyone else is terrified. How will you become successful, pile number 3? Yeah, with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse, there's something here about letting go of things and people that pretend to be opportunities, but really they're not. They're just things that like drain you of your opportunities. And you're almost like cutting off dead limbs, like how people do in winter. Like that's when you're supposed to trim off trees, like their limbs that are dead in the winter. So it's something to do with like a period of winter time, metaphorically speaking, of course, where you're trimming off things that don't serve you, that are dead weight. Communication, Mercury. Short trips, siblings, communication, inner exploration. Okay, now we're getting some sort of thing about sibling here, because I got that image of a sibling. And we did get the death card. Okay, I'm getting a lot of energy here coming around. So there's something here trying to communicate something here. What's the message here, Spirit? What's the message? Eight of Swords. 4 of Swords in reverse. Feeling stuck in your head because you're detached from your intuition. You could be voluntarily detaching from your intuition because you don't want to accept something for what it is. So this feels like current energy. So currently, if you want to step into this king energy, because I feel like you're still the warrior, you're still struggling, you're still in this wheel of struggle. It's about to flip, but you have to do something here where you take back control. You take back that you allow people to show themselves for who they are, and you accept that as truth, as opposed to fighting it. Like, don't get so in your head about it. Because I feel like you're really in your head here about some sort of sibling, around how they make you feel about yourself, about everything that you've created thus far, with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse. They make you feel like it's not good enough. Maybe this could be mimicking something like a karmic cycle. It's a karmic cycle here that keeps repeating. And you have to move on. You have to move on and allow things to be what they are. With this Ace of Swords, before, it's connecting now. We were talking about how you were not accepting a false offer. You're really going to have to tune into your intuition here to decide if this is a false offer or not, or if you're deceiving yourself from something. If you're like trying to convince yourself of something that doesn't exist. So, could I have some more help here, Spirit? Could you guide my collective here? Just pile number 3. What is going on here? Can you please make it more clear? To clarify? I feel like this is a test. This is a test, and that's why I'm not getting any cards. This is something that you have to go through. Unfortunately, I can't give you an answer. But you are supposed to go through this in order to step into your power. With the Joker here. Fun, likable, joyful, unreliable, frivolous, selfish. Have an easy time, live in the moment. Okay, so someone here has detached from who it is that they are. And you have to decide whether or not you're okay with that. Are you okay with being around someone like that? And if you're okay with being around that, someone who doesn't take themselves or takes themselves too seriously, and so now they aren't able to tune into who they are you okay with being around that? Because the longer that you're around it, the more you become it. The more you also detach from who you are. The more you detach from your fun, likable, joyful self. It's going to become hard. Life is going to become hard again, and you won't be able to live in the moment. This is a karmic cycle. You're currently being tested with a karmic cycle. With perhaps a karmic. That's a sibling. This person could also be like a sibling to you. So this could be a friendship that feels like a sibling. Could be someone that you've known for a very long time, that you've treated like a sibling. But their detachment from self causes you to detach from yourself. You cannot convince somebody to be any kind of way. It is much easier for them to pull you down than for you to pull them up. That is something that they have to decide for themselves. It's time for you to decide what you're going to do with your life and allow them to do the same for themselves. And just be careful with this energy here. I feel like it has the power for a lot more destruction than what you're aware of. And you're kind of blind to that. Allow your intuition to guide you here in this situation. Okay, well, that was your reading. I know it was a little heavy here at the end, but it was something that needed to be said. And I'm so grateful for your spirit guides, my spirit guides being here. It was recently my birthday on the 18th, so happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to all of my Aries friends here on the internet. And I also have some private readings open down below if you're looking for private readings. And if this is where we leave you off, I hope you have a good morning, good evening, good night, whenever you're watching this reading. Bye!